Hi, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Jennifer Winters. I am the author of the Zodiac Love Code and Zodiac Sex Zones, and also the Ultimate Celestial Love System, and also Venus Unleashed. And I do have other books that I've written, so I don't know if you already know who I am, and if you do, I'm so happy that you do because I hope that I was instrumental in helping you to get through your relationship problems or your career problems or your health problems, whatever it was, because I have helped thousands of women over the past 6 years. Once I did finally finish writing all of my Zodiac books, and I am now trying to make a YouTube channel so that I can reach even more people and help more people. And what I have done also is I've started to marry, I guess you could say, my astrology with tarots, because I think that the reason that I thought that this would be a good idea is because I know that even, as I write to people in astrology, there's so many things that people can benefit from getting a different point of view. And that's what tarot can do. It can actually help you grow spiritually. It can help you tap into your intuition. It can help you step back and see a problem from a different perspective. It can give you perspective. It can give you some direction. It can help you think out some of your most challenging thoughts. It could also, help propel you forward and give you courage and strength to do the things that you need to do. And I think that astrology, is one type of medium. It helps you to understand yourself. It helps you to understand other people. In the Zodiac Love Code, I always talk about, people's wants and needs and desires. And I think it's instrumental for people to understand other people's needs, wants, and desires. And I think it's important for you to understand your own wants and needs and desires. So, it's a good marriage between the two where you get to understand other people and yourself, and then you get to also take situations and turn them into something that manageable. And I think that tarot will help you do that. So I haven't been doing tarot as long as I've been an astrologist. I've been an astrologist since I was 12 years old. I know that sounds like a really young to have started it, but I read all of Linda Goodman's books when I was 12. My mom just happened to have them around, and since then I've loved astrology. I love knowing, what sign people are. I feel like I can tell a lot about a person from that. I've actually been able to guess a lot of people's signs based off of, information from that I know from the background. And I can also see things playing out sometimes to a T when I know a certain person's sign. So I know it is useful. Um, I don't want to say that you have to believe in astrology to really, get benefit out of it, because, like I said again, it really gives you perspective. It broadens your mind, and there's a lot of reasons why it's important to people. And I think it's a reflection of us, on a cosmic level, where we are all unified. In We can be unified through tarot. We can be unified through astrology, and I think even our ancient ancestors understood that we can be unified. And I think that that's something that's missing today in society. Is, a lot of people feel right now isolated. They feel sort of left out. They have a lot of emotional problems. It's really hard these days to connect with people. And I think that when you start to, open your mind to, some of the more universal things that bring us all together, then it's going to open your heart and make you more brave, and make you want to meet other people and want to discuss things more. So I could sit here all day and tell you, why I love the two mediums. But one thing that I do want to say with that is that, most people think that the tarot cards can read the future, or they really think that, astrology can read the future. But I don't necessarily think that. I mean, they can in some ways, because they give you pieces of information that you can use to shape your future. That's for sure. So, you take from it what you get out of it, and you see a reflection of it. So, I know I talked a lot about myself in this first video, but I feel like I needed to introduce myself. I feel like I need to tell you who I am. If you want to know more about me, again, I am the author of the Zodiac Love Code. This is my website, thezodiaclovecode.com. It's available as a digital product, so if you want to just look at it and see what it's about, I would love to have you there. It's mostly for women, this particular site, but if it's not gender biased. You can definitely pick up the Zodiac Love Code as a male and turn it on its head and look at how females would, what their wants, needs, and desires and stuff like that would be, if you're just, if you're looking to connect more with women. So you can also use it that way too. So in my first video, the first thing that I want to tell you about is something that you may not have even heard about in astrology, and that is that in November, around November 20th, where the sun is actually going to go through a constellation which is considered the 13th constellation of astrology, of the astrological signs, rather. And I do have a card in my deck that talks about this particular constellation. So this is the card right here. It actually works out to be the Five of Cups in this deck. And if you can see on the top, it's the name of this card is, let me see if I can remember how to say it, the Ophiuncus. So that's it right there. And what this is actually the serpent bearer. Now, the serpent bearer has a lot to do with healing. So what I'm going to try and convey is that in like the end of November, which we're not there yet, and I do want to do a reading for the end of October, because that's where we're at right now. And just so you know, another little piece of background is I am a Libra. And so that's going to come through. I've already had my birthday. It was on the 13th. Yeah, I had a good time. Hey, Lulu. And so I will do a reading for that too. But this is something that I want to let everyone know about, because when the sun does go through this constellation, there's going to be a healing process for a lot of people. So if you are sick, or you know someone who's sick, or if you feel if you feel like you need to hold on a second. If you feel like mentally you're not healed right now, or if you feel mentally sick, like you're going through a lot of depression, or you're going through a lot of anxiety, or someone in your family is ill, or someone is sick, there's going to be sort of like a rebirth very soon of well-being. So maybe some people are going around you are going to adhere to a diet plan, or someone that is sick is going to maybe get better. Someone that who's going through a lot of tragedy, their situation may clear up. Things are going to be in a healing phase. And as a doctor, I'm so glad to hear that, because even myself, I feel like I'm going through a healing phase, and maybe it'll even get better coming in November, because I actually am going to have wrist surgery. So when that happens, I'm going to need some healing, okay? But we're all going to go through that. That's going to start on November the 20th. And what I want to do is I want to read to you the, sort of the definition of this card. I don't know these all by heart, because, frankly, it's too much to know. But I do like to read. I would like to read it to you. So, the serpent bearer. So, the Ophiuncus is the constellation of the serpent bearer, known to the ancient Greeks as the healing god Asclepius, the patron of the five cups. Asclepius healed the sick by creating a therapeutic space where the power of dream images could soothe soothe the soul. Um, As- Asclepius calls to the inner sanctuary because the split between the soul and the body has widened, and the imbalance may ignite a healing crisis. The Five of Cups draws us into the liminal space between the wounding and the healing, where we can restore our sense of self through interactions with the gods of the imagination. So, I mean, what does that mean? When I hear this, it's sort of like there's a disconnect right now between, the body and the soul. And if you listen to some of the talks, like maybe by like Eckhart Tolle or something like that, then you know that your body, um, is sometimes it can separate from your mind and your soul in a way, because you sometimes when you're going through a lot of stress and struggle and stuff like that, you don't think about your spiritual healing or spirituality, and you don't think about what your body is saying to you. And that's where your mind gets separated from the two things that are really important, which is your health and your spirituality. So what it's saying here is that you need to use your imagination, or it says the gods of imagination, to heal yourself. Now, there's a lot of, um, people who have said that the more they think about their bodies, and the more they bring positive energy into their body, the better off their prognosis is for healing themselves. Because the positive energy, some people believe that positive energy can actually tell the body to heal certain things. Like, it can tell the body where to target its efforts. And, so, I mean, I know that as like a true medical doctor, you would say maybe that was hocus pocus. But imagine it on a different way. So, say that you are having some sort of illness, or that your body is like cramped up all the time, or you're having aches and pains, or you just have malaise, or you have like a general feeling of just tired, and that you're run down all the time. You could be getting multiple colds, you could be going through like all of this stuff, where you're wondering to yourself, why do I feel this way all the time? But you can't really stop or put your finger on it or even get better. So what is happening is that you're having a lot of negative thoughts, and you're having a lot of stress, and you may be absorbing other people's negative thoughts and other people's stress. And so what that does is it causes the body to produce, chemicals like cortisol and stuff like that, that are going to basically, or it's also going to deplete chemicals that are supposed to be helpful to you. So if you do have, this negativity on this side and a positivity on this side, well, negativity is going to cause your body to not heal as fast. Your immune system is going to be lower. The stress is going to keep you tired. You'll probably be awake thinking all the time. So on this other hand, where you're thinking positively, you're thinking about your body, you're making that connection, that spirituality, the meditating, the getting rid of all the thoughts and the junk that's in your mind, your body is going to respond to that in a better way. And it's, once you're calm, your heart rate is going to go down, the blood pressure goes down, the sleep is better, you're more content. Like, your body understands and works with your mind to heal itself. So that's one of the things that I wanted to tell you, in the first video. And now, because I'm so excited, I'm really excited that there is a lot of healing coming your way. I'm really thinking positive thoughts right now for you. Something's coming your way. I'm thinking it for myself. Something's coming, my way too. And I think that this is something positive that you can sort of hang your hat on, so that you can be expecting this to come. And also, if you're going through a lot, just know that it's gonna, a lot. If you're going through a lot of suffering right now, or you know someone who's suffering, things are going to get better, okay? And so now that I've said that, what I want to do now is I just want to read, and I know that, this video is already running kind of long. So what I want to do is shake up the cards, and I am going to try and just do a three-card deck, a three-card layout for Libras, because, things are coming to an end for Libra for this month of October. And so I want to see if there's any, I guess, departing outcomes that we should be thinking of. And then I also want to just give a heads up to Scorpio, because, they're starting up in late October as well. That is the month of Scorpio. So, as we know, Libras are people who believe in justice. We believe in balance. We believe in buffering situations. We believe in love. We also believe in fairness, and we also believe in communication and all those wonderful things. So Libras do have a lot of good energy. Then also we talk about Scorpio. Now, Scorpio are very passionate people. They can be very empathetic. They can have a very strong sense of direction and meaning. They also are the type of sign that likes to find other people in their lives who provide them with stability and also loyalty. They're very, very, I guess you could say, insistent on loyalty. And that, keeps them from becoming the bad kind of Scorpio, the one with the stinger. So the first card, three cards I'm going to draw are for Libras. So we're going to go, and I'm going to actually turn some of these first. Well, actually, I like to keep them all, upright. I know there's some reverse cards out there, but some people who like to do stuff in reverse, and I do that sometimes. But for the purpose of this video, we're just going to do some cards to see what's going on with Libra for the end of October. So there's going to be one, and then I'm going to do a cross card, and I'm going to do an outcome. Okay, so the first card that I'm going to do is our current situation. Oh, and it says the card that I got here is the spring card. Now I said, see how I said that there are some of the, well, maybe I told you, or maybe it was in another video that I edited, I'm not sure. But this deck is a little bit different because it's an astrology deck, and it has princesses and princes in the card deck. And this happens to be the Princess of Pentacles, and she is also representing spring. Okay, so what does that mean for Libra? Okay, so it means that, well, first of all, the Pentacles is an earth sign. So this person is going to have, it's a young person, but she's looking for stability. She's not the Queen of Pentacles, who, is very secure and already knows her place and already is grounded. But this is a person who is young, and they need to be grounded. They need to have this, the foresight to grow some, to grow some roots, put some roots down, and they need the foresight to manage their money, because when we talk about earthly things, we talk about, being able to survive. So you want to think about really taking responsibility for your finances in this way. And also, when we talk about this card in terms of health, this is a good card to get because spring brings in a very refreshing time of year where things are lighter. Um, there's a some like a I don't want to say rebirth, but it's more like a new beginning, because when spring comes in, you usher in all of these wonderful feelings of the hardness of winter is over. And so in terms of healing, this is a very good card because you are going to be coming out of something, and then starting something fresh. So it could be that had a really rough month, and now you're going to be able to feel better. And that's, pretty good in terms of how you're going to feel later in November, too. So this means for like probably a whole for the end of this month, and then for the whole next month, even going into December, there's going to be a lot of, you're going to feel a lot better, body, mind, and soul. Okay. So now that's what's going on now. And then what we need to do is talk about, the past. So this card that I'm about to pull is what you probably went through in October. So, and this is, the things that going forward you probably need to let go of. So, this card right here is Pisces, and it's also the moon. So, it's the moon usually means like secret in cards, but it also can mean, you know, um, with the moon, it could also mean that things are going in a cycle. Um, it could also mean that it's like the moon also has a lot to do with your emotions. And so, it seems like maybe in the first part of October, you might have had a lot of feelings towards something that uh, was bothering you a lot, and you felt maybe a bit of sorrow. Maybe also you felt like people were keeping secrets from you, whether it was at work or whether it was a lover or something like that. But um, those things that you thought were that you found out were secrets, I think that they were probably exposed to you, and maybe it caused some emotions to come out of you, and that now you're going through this cycle where you feel like um, that's in the past and you're ready to move on. And then with the Pisces being at the top of the card there, what that is also saying is that it's time to reflect, because whatever happened that was so sorrowful for you, it's time to reflect. It's time to take stock of your life and how that person or that situation affected you, and take from it the lessons that you learned, and also the lessons to keep you from repeating the cycle of this ever happening to you again. So that was the past, and this is what's happening right now. Is again, it's like a rebirth for you, or it's like a new beginning. It's refreshing. Whatever happened is now refreshing, and now maybe this thing that caused you so much sorrow may have put you back financially or something. So now that we're with the Pentacles, with the Princess of Pentacles, that's saying that you're going to have a good start starting over, and but you need to watch out. So for like your finances and taking care of yourself, and it's also for healing. So you're on the upswing. So now that we've done what's happening now, we did the past, this is the future. Okay, so let's see what we got. Okay, so we got the King of Cups. Oh, that's a really good card. It's Cardinal Water. So on this card, you will see that, you have the symbol for Pisces. Um, and let's see, you have the symbol for, actually, I'm sorry, I had that wrong. That's the symbol for the Cancer, I believe. Let me just double check and make sure, because some of the symbols on these cards are a little bit different than what I'm used to. So we'll take a look and make sure. Which one is that one? See, my symbols look a little bit different than these ones. But this is the symbol for Cancer. So it's right there. And then right here, that's the symbol for water. And with the King of Cups, so when you get the King of Cups and you get this Cancer symbol, what is happening here is that you are going to be able to handle those emotions that I was talking about like a champ, like a king. All right. So, um, what Cancer does in astrology is it's a very nurturing sign. It's a sign of family. It's a sign of friends. It's a sign of commitment. It's a sign of it's very deep emotional sign. Cancers can be very very emotional, but with this King of Cups, and when you have cups, also you have to think of water. You have to think of, you know um, emotions, that because that's what most of the cards of the cups even mean. But when you talk about the King of Cups, what's happening there is that you're able to handle all of your emotions very well. Okay, and so at the end of October, for the Libras, you are going to be able to always, come out on top of your emotions, feeling strong, feeling confident, feeling love, being able to give love because you just feel like everything has been washed away, and now you're ready to receive, you're ready to have someone, you're ready to help someone, and you've helped yourself and you're ready to help someone. So that's a very positive card with the King of Cups. So this is very good news. Whatever happened that was so rocky, and the waves were crashing in the beginning, and now there's a good start over. And not only is there a start over, but there is just a conquering and crushing it, where your emotions are just so in check. Okay, so now the next one that we're going to do is going to be for Scorpio, which is awesome. So it's going to be the end of this month as well. So let's see what's going on for Scorpio. And then seeing that Cancer symbol, I should have known there was a giant crab in the tarot. But that's okay. We live and we learn. If we were constantly perfect, then we would be no fun. All right, so here's the next one that I'm going to do for the same thing. Downward card, cross card, and let me fill this one out. And the future. Okay, so the first card is what's happening now for Scorpio. So let's see what's going on. Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles, and we have the Centaurus right there. So that's a four-legged creature, And if you could see, he has an arrow here. And then there's also the symbol for Virgo right there. And so basically, what this means is that the Scorpios right now are just basically reaping some benefits right here. This is the Pentacles, Eight of Pentacles. You can think of this. I mean, this is an Earth. So when we look at the Pentacles, we almost think of like these are worth something. There's some value to these. And when you have eight of them in an even number, that means that you're going to be reaping the benefits of something. And also, it means that you're crushing it. So, because you're directing, all of your attention and all of your hard work to a certain effort, and it's actually really paying off. Okay, so that's a good start for, I mean, that's a good place to be right now for Scorpio. Now, this next card is the past. So here's the past right here, and it's actually the Princess of Wands. Okay, and that's also a summer card. So this, again, this has Cancer on it, and it has Leo on it, and it also has, if I can see that, Virgo on it. So what that is telling me is that the first part of October for the Scorpios has also been going very well. They're kind of, at the heat in the heat of it, they are basically making all their dreams come true right now because they do have the Princess of Wands. Maybe these are people who are millennials, because when you see the princess, we're talking about young people who are really out there, who are setting the world ablaze, and their sun is shining, everything is going well for them, and they have this powerful Virgo, where Virgos do like a lot of hard work and they're very committed. And then they also have Leo. So basically, not only are they committed, but their personalities are really shining through. And then also we have the Cancer. So it means that, not only are they hard workers, personality is shining through, but they're also very empathetic in what's going on. So, and this is a very, very, very positive card for Scorpio. So that was the past, and now you can see what's happening now is they're reaping the benefits. So let's see what the future holds now for the end of October for Scorpio. And this is the card we get. Uh-oh, we get the Tower. The Tower. Okay, so the Tower has Mars on it, okay? And the Tower basically, means that maybe towards the end of October for them, whatever it is that they have secured, they're going to have to basically fight for it. Fight to keep it. Fight to not let people tear them down. They're going to have to really put themselves out there and, put their foots down for other people and say, I built this and you can't have it. You're not going to tear it down. This is for me. But there's going to be some people who might be jealous of that success. They might try and bring the person back down to reality, take them down a notch. So don't let that happen to you, Scorpio. Don't, listen to this. This is why we do, the tarot readings, so you know what's coming. So just make sure that you have your guard up and you don't let it down. So that's it for me today for, the first reading that I've done on the internet and for my new channel. And I know that this one's probably longer because of the long introduction, but hey, how are you going to know who I am if I don't tell you, right? So again, if you want to know more about me and you want to read some of my books, just check out my channel, the zodiaclovecode.com. And I hope to see you there because you can write to me. I am around and I do respond. I am a real person. So, all right, that's it for me. So you guys have a wonderful rest of October. Thank you.